Hello everybody, it is Steve, your friendly neighborhood lawn gnome. Welcome back to another video over here on That's Comical, and if you're watching and it happens to be a Wednesday, happy new comic book day. Well, I'm very excited today because today is a big milestone. This is a first-time thing today, everybody. So you know that I've done a lot of reviews of things like MCU and DCEU films, as well as comic book-related television shows. And we also have a wonderful segment over here on this channel where we talk about the year's worth of DC animated films. But we still talk about manga here, so that means we should be talking about anime too, right? So I am excited to give you guys our very first anime film review. And we are talking about an anime film that I was so excited for, but unfortunately I couldn't see it for the short time that it was in theaters because my wife and I had just seen the birth of our daughter. So it finally came out on home video release, so I did pick up a copy on Blu-ray, and we are going to be talking about the brand new offering from the legendary Akira Toriyama, the newest film from the Dragon Ball Super Saga storyline, Dragon Ball Super Superhero. So this, of course, takes place after the television series and after the first Dragon Ball Super film, Broly, which I and our colleague here, Andy, had the pleasure of going to see in theaters, and that was the very first time that either of us had ever seen anything Dragon Ball on the big screen. So that was a phenomenal experience. And after sitting down and watching Superhero, I gotta say, chef's kiss. This could not have been any more of a perfect Dragon Ball film for any Dragon Ball fan, new, old, young, what have you. So the story here is about a couple of things from the Dragon Ball world's past. We now find out that the Red Ribbon Army is still alive, and thanks to the son of Commander Red, Magenta, he has been quietly and secretly rebuilding the Red Ribbon Army under the guise of the Red Ribbon Pharmaceutical Company, which is a very interesting plot idea. I kind of love it. And he wants to get revenge on Goku. So what does he do? He employs the grandson of the legendary evil mastermind, Dr. Gero, the man who created the androids, to come join him and sort of gives him a little understanding that the Red Ribbon Army are actually the good guys, and Goku and his family and friends are all of these super-powered aliens that are going to take over the world and destroy the human race. And it is up to them to build brand new androids to stop them. So, of course, the grandson of Dr. Gero does take the bait, and he creates two brand new androids that are very much powerful, called Gammas 1 and 2, and he models them after one of his favorite things, superheroes. So, that's all I'm going to reveal, because I want you to go out and see this film. If you are a diehard Dragon Ball fan and haven't seen this movie, you've got to see it. If you're someone that is interested in trying to get into Dragon Ball, this is definitely not the place to start, but maybe one day I will definitely make a series of videos talking to you guys about how to get into the Dragon Ball experience, because there is so much lore. But this one is truly for fans of the show, whether diehards or someone that has seen an episode or a few. The thing that got me a little bit uncomfortable is I'm still trying to get used to the new concept of CGI that they're using, because they definitely showed it a lot in Broly, but not as much as they did in this series. But they still do have the cel-drawn animation, but for the action sequences and for most of the film, a lot of the background is CGI, and it was very interesting to see a style of animation that has been very much dependent on the classic 2D style. To really see them finally going through this evolution is a real game changer, and I think it is for the better. There's still some improvements to make, but for now it definitely seems to be reaching new heights for the better. And everything in this film is just absolutely perfect. The characters, the story, the music, the action sequences. I loved every minute of this movie. I just loved seeing all of these characters that I've known and loved for many, many years getting their time. There are so many callbacks to the old shows, which makes me very, very happy. And there is a very interesting thing that I will definitely say, and this is not necessarily going to be a spoiler because it doesn't really affect the whole story, but Goku and Vegeta do not participate in the battles. They actually never even know that the fight is happening. It's a very interesting thing and a little bit of a risk when the most beloved and strongest characters are not featured in a battle. They had done that a couple of times with some of the Dragon Ball Z movies, and they didn't really turn out as best as you wanted it to. But in this case, it works. And I also love the fact that a specific character is finally put back into the center of it all to see if he really is the most powerful being, and that, of course, is Gohan. And we have known about Gohan and his powers all the way back to when he was first introduced in the first episode of Dragon Ball Z. But I freaking loved this film. There's even some great references to the first Dragon Ball Super film because we get some of those characters. Even Broly himself is there. Really curious to see what's going to happen to all of these characters, including the ones from the Broly film, because I know for a solid fact that Dragon Ball Super is not done. The manga is still being drawn, there's still new stories and new sagas, and I also know for a fact that they are planning on making anime, and I think they've already started making episodes, brand new episodes of Dragon Ball Super, which makes me very happy because I've watched all 10 volumes on DVD/Blu-ray and loved it all. Even though I am still someone who is not going to knock GT, I still do love Dragon Ball Super a great deal, and I am looking forward to seeing the new stories when they finally get here to the United States. But Dragon Ball Super, Superhero, what a ride. It is fantastic. I wish I could have seen it on the big screen. I'm going to give it 4 stars out of 4. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. Leave a comment in the box below. Let's talk about Dragon Ball Super, Superhero, and I will see you in the next one.